Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago.
Oh yeah, shit. I was kind of like, no, but I wasn't saying anything either because I was like, this is fucking weird.
And the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I was like,
No, you cannot fuck my sister. Thank you.
I was like, my dad's in the party, you know that, right? I was speechless. I was like, I don't know what to say, honestly. I was like,
call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second
talking some weird ass shit right now. My dad's
here. Right there. He can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position is really
saying if he ever met me, he'd probably shoot him.
A lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play,
yeah,
how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
I was like, you might get a couple more if you say that shit to my dad's face. Well, I'm just glad they didn't freak out on each other. I was expecting a big old
throwing on second down. Roethlisberger. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Von Miller in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. It was funny because he went on about it for like a good 10 minutes, it seemed like. I was like, damn, he's going to keep going. I'm trying to, like, deter this to something else, and he just, I'll fuck your sister and leave a, and some other weird shit. I'm like, okay. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
It's like, oh, you know, I'm just kidding. I said I'm just kidding.
They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it.
Just know
that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Let's all play one game of duty. Let's go. On for the road. Damn, I mean, you've only known me for like 10 years. You don't know me? Call of Duty, World War, no, let me think. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Ghost. I'm doing the Rush Hour, you know, all the shit we've been through. Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2. I'm not your brother.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down.
2009.
Now that was pretty.
They
executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because
against
man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Again, zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead end. So you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's all you know? Shit.
I was 15 when y'all met me.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Not Dante, though. I didn't meet Dante until Ghost.
Throwing again.
We ain't cool Jackson. Like that yet, Dante. Give me a couple more Call of Duty.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger.
I'll tell you what.
And he's got some space here.
Fortnite. Ew.
Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
I don't know if he still
Suddenly
says it like
it's
that,
first
though.
and
I
goal
just remember
after
hearing
the interception and a
saying in
quick
the
change in
background,
the
Dad, I want to play the
situation
hammer
here.
game. I'm like, what the fuck is the hammer game?
After the interception, here's Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Didn't he say some other funny stuff,
from
too?
this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Well, perfect your Call of Duty and beat them in that.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Roethlisberger going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete.
No, just perfect your Call of Duty and kick his ass in a 1v1.
Out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it. What people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Oh, yeah, I can tell.
The underneath route, going for the guy on the
over here telling me, I was trying to miss with my buttons. He pulled us in a fucking private match, and I just stood there watching him. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? And then he kills me. I was like, oh, okay, it's fucking go time. Went 16-2 on him and dropped the fucking gun.
Washington, that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
I'm actually going to upload it and put it right next to Eddie's video.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Samuels. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
So, yeah, back to what I was going to...
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Whoever you're talking to, I guess what you're telling.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger complete to Washington. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That everyone says are the 2 first fucking assault rifles, the fucking Kilo and the M4. Everything else is dog shit. Best fuck. The M something, the M13? There ain't no other assault rifle with an M besides the M4A1 and the Kilo.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger.
Yeah, everyone says those are the 2 best guns in the game for assault rifles, and SMGs is pretty much the MP5 and the MP7.
Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room,
the best
but
shotgun
they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, It's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball downfield.
Oh, no. Wrong. It was the...
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward. But they kick it here, and it's good.
That's what matters. I don't know. By them games we played yesterday,
Tucker
I wasn't thinking
kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep.
I know that. That's a random ass group I threw together too.
Make it the 24-yard line.
Nigga, I take charge now, bitch. I am C6. I am fucking C6. We the new generation kicking you old ass
offense
people
here
out.
about ready for their next drive. They're probably lucky to only
it's
be
like
down
how Optic got
7-0
entirely revamped with younger
10.
people after all the old people got old. They're like, get the fuck out of this group. We getting the young people in.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 2nd down now. It's Jones. And not much. Maybe a yard.
And I'm doing a complete name change. We're going to call them casuals now.
Especially in the second half. When you've got a running back at
casuals. My little army of casuals.
I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half. And some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Watch your slack. Watch your slack. Watch your slack. Take both of them.
Don't get mad. And then booted y'all out.
Alert, alert. 53 is the mic.
Maybe a free play.
Don't feel bad though. All the pros
going
and top streamers are complaining about this game.
And this is knocked away and incomplete. But I think it was a free play. Let's check the call.
When is
Here's
what?
a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him offside.
Subs going up. Oh, from what? Playing duty or playing Madden?
Out of the gun. It's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on.
Yeah, a lot of people don't enjoy playing duty, but they play it anyway. Yeah, they make money.
Number one, you throw a short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And
when did you start playing Madden? What Call of Duty was that?
The 45.
I started playing it around Ghost Time. I would just play like by myself.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
When did you start hitting it hardcore though?
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end McDonald. Give him 6 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. Barry hits the reliable target.
We went back to Ghost.
Exactly.
Oh, he was playing Ghost. How was he not enjoying it then? And then after AW, it was Infinity, right? And then after that, or was it? No, it was Black Ops 3 after that.
From the gun on
AW, Black Ops 3. And you played the shit out of Black Ops 3.
Pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
And then after Black Ops 3 was
just
Infinity.
Perfect man coverage.
And then I don't think nobody played that shit.
Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's
Anybody
NFL
play that
with all
shit?
these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Yeah.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
How many matches do you think you played? The Yahoos. Who the hell's that?
Goddamn Yahoos.
What is that?
Yo, Snake was the funniest.
The Baltimore offense
That's
at the line
Snake
set to
Blitz,
get
right?
going.
Or
They've
Snake
got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Well, it was his stepfather, father-in-law, or some shit like that.
Shit, I haven't talked to MJ since like fucking
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I haven't played with MJ since Go, so I think I might have played one game with Black Ops.
Get a couple yards out of it. Those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Bring me a scavenger pack.
Damn Yahoos.
Bring me a scavenger pack. I'm out of bullets.
That shit was hilarious, bro. Yo, that nigga was like, hey, bring me one of them there scavenger packs, buddy.
He literally lived and died by one gun. He did not use any of the guns besides that one
He was
marksman.
looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I was like, that guy sucks, bro. You something else.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up
every
here
map,
at 3rd
every
and
game
8.
he played with him, you'd see his triangle never move unless he died.
From the gun.
But yeah, how many games do you think you played on Infinite? How many matches?
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter.
Man, I think I've only played like at least, I've probably played like a handful.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ah. Exactly, and I done thrown 3 picks. Fuck y'all, I'm out.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Roethlisberger. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and it's 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Jackson, options out left. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his second touchdown here in this first half as the Ravens push further out in front. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
Check, 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 check.
All day, just like that.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. This will be caught by Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Check 43. Let's go. 54 Mike. Ain't no such thing as a loss.
Jackson on the move to his left. And the ball is knocked out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Jackson, option right. And he lost the football. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Roethlisberger steps away to his left. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now this throw, it's complete. It's Moncrief with it. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 37.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw on 2nd and 6. Roethlisberger. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Jalen Ferguson in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. coming up at halftime. We remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Well, he's going to go for it all. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Dante Moncrief, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's good, and that cuts it to 9 at 16-7. So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. 12 yards there and a first down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. That one caught out wide by Boykin. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 9th touchdown of the season, as the Ravens push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all. Again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that could be important, as that makes this a 16-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Roethlisberger will throw. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Now Jackson on first down. Forced out to his left. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They come out here in the eye. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And this one will wind up with them losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. This time Jackson will throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Got a man. It's Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, as the first half is winding down, as the Ravens push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go. Here we go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys.
And all the way in for a Raven runs, touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is now an even 30.
Makes the score, Ravens 37, Steelers 7. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get them.
Now big hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Von Miller in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Roethlisberger. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Just shy of midfield. Jackson, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the former first-rounder.
Jesus Christ.
Burns.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Tight right. 4 down. He's checking, he's gone. Crash. Shim. Check. Lucky.
Now it's the backup Rudolph. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Rudolph. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now it's Jackson. It's hauled in by Doxson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10.
Right there.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a 1st down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's got his man. This is Doxson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven 1st. Jackson now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They're running it. Check. Fresno.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Every game with the whole season and that should affect the back on the fades and 4 picks, all throwing fades. Shit's pretty bad.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll go again to Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Rudolph. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
From the 29, Jackson. And he slings one that's incomplete. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. Too little, Cupcake. 26 Mike, 26 Mike. Hey, pick your game up. 26 Mike, 26 Mike. Hey. Hey! 20 up, go! 26 Mike. Here we go, here we go. 26, Jordan, Here we go. 22, put it right.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
Here's Sam Cook now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Here's Switzer. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
36. Hey, lock it.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Extra point, hung the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. Back now in Baltimore, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Kansas City up at the 38-yard line, coming off an 89-yard drive. Packers up by 7.
Oh, wow. Watkins dropped that? Stop.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Snickers.
Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick 6. Space to maneuver at the 40. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Mike 51. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 44-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 42 yards. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal.
22, 44.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw, and it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So now it's third and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Now it's Roethlisberger to the end zone, but it's incomplete. I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
But when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it. Forget the field goal kicker. He doesn't matter.
The field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth.
Easy. Bravo.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Come on, D.
44.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go.
Hey, Alpha.
Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. Heavy?
Double bump.
Give me some. Here we go.
You good?
Check 31. Kill.
Slide.
They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Jalen Ferguson and the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
A gain there of 30 big ones.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10.
Here we go.
Jackson from the shotgun. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
At the 42-yard line.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12.
I'm going to come back to you. Mike 55, Mike 55. Big Ed.
Now it's Jackson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On third down, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 20! And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 6-man.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I smell fear in that offense. 22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber. Get it.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Let him know. Let him know. Say.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Throwing is Jackson. Short throw underneath to Hurst. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Check 49. Check 49.
Now a shotgun handoff to Hill. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there.
Switch. Mike.
Here's Hill one more time. And he is not going to get the first down as he'll spot this at about the 28. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Ravens, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.